Republicans in both the House and Senate this week managed to once again protect Donald Trump from the full release of the Epstein files. In the House, of course, we had the committee vote it down so that we couldn't get enough votes to get the discharge petition because we have to have 218 votes to force the big vote on it. And of course, over in the Senate, Chuck Schumer actually led the effort and attached releasing the Epstein files to a must-pass piece of legislation that Republicans promptly removed because they're in the majority and there's not much we can do about it. But the Republican Party showed us multiple times this week that they will bend over backwards, even breaking the promises they made to their own constituents during their campaigns about releasing the files. They will do whatever it takes to protect Donald Trump from the release of these files that, of course, Republicans still maintain is filled with Democrats, and Trump was an FBI informant or whatever the talking point of the day is. Well, fantastic. The files would tell us that, right? So why do you keep hiding them? We all know why they're hiding them. We're not stupid. They think we are, but we're not. They are. And so they're going to continue hiding for as long as possible, which is probably only going to be about 2 more weeks, actually. I'll explain why in just a moment, but first a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed. But almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far-right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So Republicans understand right now that there's not a whole hell of a lot they can continue to do to shield the release of the Epstein files, to protect Donald Trump's image and his ego from suffering what could be a political, blow. That one from which, by the way, he cannot come back from. But here's the thing. Democrats won a special election this week to replace a Democrat who, of course, had passed away in office. Democrats were currently down 2 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives, as 2 of those Democratic lawmakers, again, had passed away this year. One of those special elections was this week. Now, with a new Democrat about to be sworn in, that actually puts the discharge petition just 1 vote away from hitting that 218 mark, because you got all of the Democrats and 4 Republicans who have broken ranks to side with the Democrats on releasing the files. But there's still that 1 seat left. That 1 seat in Arizona that, of course, happens to be in a deep blue district. That is the seat that was unfortunately vacated back in March or April, I forget which one, but when Democratic Representative Raul Gravolla unfortunately passed away in office. His son is now running for that seat, and according to all of the polling data, he's going to walk away with a fairly easy victory. That election is now in less than 2 weeks, and once that happens, assuming Gravois wins, gets sworn in, the first thing that's going to happen is the Democrats are going to get together with their 4 Republican buddies at the moment and say, let's do it now. Now we've got the votes. And they will have the votes, assuming none of those Republicans back out. But right now, it looks like Republicans in the House and Senate may be successful with protecting Donald Trump, but the clock is ticking, and the clock is about to run out. Those files are going to work their way out to the public one way or another. And full credit to Republicans, right? You guys have done a phenomenal job of keeping the truth away from the public after promising more transparency than ever. But you can't do it forever. And forever for you is about to end in about a week and a half. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.